Okay guys, I'm completely terrible. I almost forgot. So this will be at the front of the video, by the way. I did offer some of my lovely ladies the opportunity for 3 of my regular followers that stick around a lot, the opportunity to jump in on 3 beautiful happy mails. And these happy mails, this happy mail kits will come with a lot of what I'm working on currently. So don't think I forgot you. I'm still working on them. Jamie Marone, I think that's your name. If I pronounce it properly, please forgive me. Debbie Oodle, I get stuff from Debbie a lot. I talk to her a lot. And Julie Aguiar. Julie actually lives within, I don't want to say spitting distance, but you know, within throwing distance, at least over 100 to a couple hundred miles of me, in the same state. We'll go with that. She lives in the same state. So your guys' the kids, don't knock anything over. Sorry about that. So your guys' goodies are honestly a work in progress, so they will go out soon. These are your envelopes. These will be stuffed with so many goodies, and they will be sent out to you hopefully here pretty soon. All right, let's get started. Well guys, I've been talking for the past 20 minutes to myself. Literally crazy. I hit record. Hi Fluff. He jumped up in my chair while I was busy figuring out what's wrong with my camera. So I've literally been talking to myself. I hit record and for some reason it didn't record. So please let me know if you like this new setup. Now that I just barely started the project and I wasn't like halfway through with it. I am happy about that, but I did have some discussion points at the beginning of the video. So what I'll do is I will dive right in and get back to crafting and just go over to the discussion points. So real quick, tools, acrylic block, embossing ink pad, embossing powder. By the way, these were given to me. I did not purchase them, and they were not new. They were used. Fabri-Tac. You do not have to have rivets, but I will be using them on mine. Your rivet crocodile, obviously. Fabric scissors, paper scissors. Please do not confuse the two. If you are new to crafting, do not use your fabric scissors on paper. You will not be happy with the end result. So, I'm going to be using cheesecloth. You do not have to use cheesecloth. You can use fabric, lace, anything along those lines, or you don't even need it at all. I just really liked the way it come out last time, and the last project that I put this piece into, I really loved the way it came out. I don't even remember who that project went to or where it is now. If you do have that project, please drop it in the comments, and maybe, you know, send me a picture or two, because I don't even think I have pictures of it, and I'll feature it up on my Instagram or something. So we're also going to need our ink pad, and we're going to need our inker. This is the round one with the foam. I love the foam because it inks really well, but in the same aspect, they disintegrate really easy. So, alrighty. The one thing we will be using today, and I thank you for I can't remember the name of the company. I'm so terrible with that stuff. It's like Craft Shop or Craft Love Shop, and they provided the cling stamps for today's video. I was really excited to get a hold of them and use them. I took a look and fell in love. So if you guys really like these cling stamps, don't feel obligated to buy, but if you do really love them, the links for them will be in the description box below. They're too cute. This is actually one of my favorites. And I want to show you a project that I did, or that I'm currently working on, where I did use it. And I've never really done embossing before, but since I finally sat down and used the embossing stuff, I am in love. It is totally worth it. I will never go back. So, if you don't have embossing stuff, sit back and enjoy and get out your other projects. If you do, please get out your lovely embossing stuff and let's get to work. So all of these, again, I will leave the links for them. And I follow the page that features these on Instagram. I will link their Instagram page as well. They're a really, really kind company. They were really good to me. So, and every time I get on their website, they always seem to have really great coupons too. So each time I check, they're quite affordable. At least when the coupons are up anyway. If anyone knows cling stamps in general are outrageously expensive. So let's get going. So I feel like I'm talking to myself twice today, but these we hand cut out ourselves. If you guys go to my Pinterest site, I try and pin a bunch of free ephemera every time I find it. That way anyone can have access to it. Because I know how hard it is to live on a budget and not be able to afford things. And there's sometimes artists just make really pretty stuff and you want to buy it. And I understand that. My favorite band of all time is Breaking Benjamin. And I will work my butt off the extra little bit when their new album comes out to go and buy it. So yes, I love buying from my favorite artists, but when you can't afford it all the time, you make do with what you have. So if you guys want to find what I have that is free, you can head on over to @lilmissdasie on Pinterest and find some wonderful free ephemera. Printables anyway. And here is one of them that I have found, and I printed it off to about the size I really liked. And I started off with these cardboard ones. And I wasn't happy because obviously I'm using a pencil because I want to be able to erase it off my scrapbook paper when I'm done. So I got tired of it getting dirty and decided, oh, sorry, I had to make sure that it didn't stop recording again. So I went and I had a really great idea. So you get those grocery bags, the fabric ones or whatever that you can get from any grocery store, and they have the hard plastic bottoms that come out or kind of like floating bottoms. Well, I jacked one out of one of my bags and I just cut my ephemera pieces that I wanted to duplicate out of that hard plastic, and now I have a permanent one that I can draw all over everything else, and it's going to take a long time before it gets damaged compared to these cardboard ones. So I hope that's a really good idea for you guys, and it'll be a good template and it'll last a very long time for those of us who can't afford things like, you know, Cricuts, etc, etc, etc. So alrighty, now where I was left off last time. Oh, by the way, real quick, those of you that followed me, we have been binding this lovely book. We will get back to it this upcoming Friday. So the next step in this process will be out this upcoming Friday. And for those of you who are just tuning in, one of these videos I think is featured right now on the channel is the predominant video. And from that video, you should be able to go back through and access all the other ones. And I'm in the process. I don't remember whether I've done it yet or not. Tripping over my words. But I am going to build a specific playlist just for that. So let's get into this again. Alrighty. So we have our ink pad here. Now I'm going to leave it to you guys to draw out your pattern, cut it, and have it ready by the time you come to this stage. And we're just going to ink our project. Now, how many of you guys, I do this all the time and it's terrible. I will get halfway through a project before I realize I have not inked the darn thing. And some of the spots where I want to ink, you can't really get to. And I get so frustrated because it's my own fault. I was working on this project going full steam ahead. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get done with it. It's going to look so nice. And then I realized there's something missing. Oh my goodness. The distressing is missing. I forgot to distress it with my inker. How many of you are out there, or am I the only one? I know, it's terrible. And then, you gotta, what I'll do sometimes is I'll get a Q-tip, and I'll go in with the Q-tip and like try and dab it just a little bit so it doesn't get on like the stitch work, especially if the stitch work is white. Oh man, it's just all downhill after that. Or like you have some fabric next to it and you don't want the distressing like sitting on the fabric in that one spot where you need the distressing on the paper, but you don't want it on the fabric. So, but these are so cute when they're done. I love them so much. And I haven't, when I first did one of these, I did not have rivets or any of that stuff, so do not feel like you have to have rivets or you have to have, embossing powder. You can use just plain old ink and play with that. It's okay. What are you doing, silly? Lexi's over there stink bugging it on the chair. I think she's... Yeah, she wants her toy. So she has this Rattle Me Tigger. She loves that Tigger. It's so funny. She's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, if you can see her face now. Every time I do this, her little head turns. Like, what are you doing, Mom? You're so funny, Lexi. Yeah, you're so funny. Okay, so we got that one done. And this one, I already did the other side. Like, literally, I was halfway filming, halfway through inking this one, when I realized it wasn't filming. Terrible. Which I guess is okay, because I got a little prep work in. I talked myself out, and now I'm like, all right, now I'm just ready to get done with this. So I know some of my followers will be like, good, she talked herself out in that first few minutes. Which means we don't have to listen to her sit there and talk while she doesn't work on her project. It's terrible, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I talk too much. It's an inherent flaw. But my last career, I had a lot of people to talk to. And this career, I'm kind of, my current full-time career, I'm a little bit more secluded than I was in my last one. So I talk to you guys. And of course, my other half. I talk to him too. But when he's the only person you talk to, sometimes you want to just talk to other people. Not like, it's a bad thing. I love him to death. He's such a sweetheart. All right, so now comes the fun stuff. Let's pick our stamp. I want to do... So I don't want the stamp on the gold side. I want it on this side. And I think I'm completely in love with these. I want to do maybe this one and have the rose sticking up on the other side. So when there's string wrapped around it, you can still see the flower. When you take the string off, it'll reveal, or the lace, it'll reveal the stem. Lexi's trying to kick Fluffy's butt. And Fluffy's sitting behind me on the chair. And of course, she's on the ground trying to kick his butt. You little turd, you're distracting me. I know I'm a big turd. Very, very big turd. I like turds. Okay, yeah, I think I did tell you guys about that. Yeah, it's bad. Bad. If you're eating, please stop eating right now. Oh, terrible. All right, so let's do our emboss. Oh, I'm terrible. I forgot. We'll use this. Okay. So I do not have one of those thingies yet where you can dump your powder on top of your project and then funnel your powder back into your little thing here. So I usually use a piece of paper, but I forgot the paper out on the table that I usually use. So we can use this plastic. And yeah, so we'll just use this plastic. This side seems less sticky. So let's get our embossing pad. And we're going to stick our flower. And bloop, right there. All right. I have to put my thing back on there. Let's go ahead and just pour it on there. And I'll just dump most of it back into the thing, what I can. Oh, I totally forgot. So when you ink things, guys, and you're using embossing powder, I've noticed that the powder likes to stick to other stuff you've inked. So it doesn't just stick to the embossing like stamp stuff. It sticks to regular ink too. So, I mean, you could try buying just the powder and using it with whatever ink you have. Of course, oh, you know what? That's a cool idea. I will try that. Using a colored ink and then using the clear embossing powder on top of it. That's actually a really good idea. So I just cleaned off all this extra here. And before I heat that, I'm going to pour this in here so I don't blow it across my table. And it does like to stick to the surfaces, so I just kind of flick it so it gets everything loose and goes back into the container. And I'm bad at spilling stuff, so I put the lid back on. Alright, gonna be a little noisy, guys. Fluffy's my little chicken. He didn't like that very much. Okay, so you'll see it start to glaze as the little beads start to melt. Don't cook it too long after that, because I actually started burning one the other day and you could smell it. So as soon as they start melting, like a few seconds after that, you're done. So pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So I did think of that I did want... We're going to put our cling stamp back. So I want one of these swirly ones. Yeah, one of these ones. I think, maybe, yeah, this one. It's right in the middle at the bottom. What do you guys think? Just give it that little bit of extra character. And you know what? I don't want this one. It's terrible now that I've already wasted that ink. I actually want this one here above it. I feel like it would match that flower better. Alright, let's go with that one. You guys can kind of see. Alright. So down here, right across the bottom. Alright. Now let's get our ephemera, our powder and everything back up here. Dump our powder right on there. And even like if you don't quite dump it onto there, you can swish it around a little bit and make sure that it makes it on there. So perfect. All right, we're gonna use this and just scrape it off that extra ink on the bottom. Okay, I like that, guys. What do you think? So obviously this is my first time on camera working with this stuff, I tried it out last week and fell in love with it. Again, I did not buy it, so I honestly couldn't tell you where I got this stuff from, but I know you can get it. I've seen it at almost every single craft store. So Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any of those should probably have it. All right, noisy. And you can see it starting to bubble. At least I hope you can. So I always try and hold it. Yeah, it's steaming a little bit. I cooked it a little more than I should have. So you can tell I'm holding my hand down here and pointing the heat gun away from me. These heat guns heat up really, really fast. I mean, super fast. So just be aware of that when you're making your projects. So, all right. I think this one is pretty much done. So, and this isn't like the super fancy one. This is kind of simple. Nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and we're going to use the crocodile, and I'm going to use the small hole. I'm not going to use the little measure thing here. I'm just going to go ahead and free crop it from this point right here. Just go down a little bit, and it measures in about 4 notches in, about where I'm putting it. All right, let's see right there. Pop. There's our little thing. Now, I'm not sure how anyone else does it, but I can honestly tell you that I get so flustered when I'm working with this darn thing. Ooh, you know what? No, I love that peach. It's gonna make it stand out so much. So I will get so flustered when I'm working with this darn thing and trying to get the rivets to stay on. How many of you have that problem? Please let me know in the comments. So I decided to start just putting a tad bit of Fabri-Tac. Just a little, nothing crazy. Just 2 little drops, one on each side. And then take this flat piece and just drop it down and line it up with our hole. And if you have a little bit of glue left on there, you can probably go in with a pair of tweezers and get it off there, your fingernail. See, now it stays when you flip it over. And you can just pop your rivet piece right in the top. And see, everything stays where it's supposed to. And then you can just pop it right into your rivet. Ta-da! So I hope that's a little bit easier for everyone and gives them kind of an idea. So this one is finished. How fast was that, guys? Cute little tag. The longest part is drawing them and cutting them out. So we have this one, and I do want to do some embossing, but nothing crazy. I think I just want something across the top of here. Now let's see what we have here. Maybe some buttons, actually. Let's see. Yeah, we could probably do some buttons. Do I want to do... No, I don't think I want to do any of the... Well, we could do... No. I know, I'm getting all kooky talking to myself. Kooky. How many of my kooky ladies are out there? Okay, yeah, we're gonna go with the buttons. I like the buttons. And of course, we're gonna go with the brown again. Put all these over here. When I saw the little buttons and the sewing machine on the site where I was given the opportunity to get a hold of these cling stamps, what really made me unable to pass it up was these beautiful flowers. I mean, they had some beautiful flower pieces. The camera, I love that camera. And the sewing machine with all the notions. This right here is what sold me. I really did fall in love with this one. So, I mean, too cute, am I right? And it's like, it's not even like the vintage 100% official sewing machine. It's like a cute cartoony version. So, you know, you can find the serious one, and I know you can find the serious one out there because I have one or two of them. And then you can also find the cute little cartoony type one, which is this one, and I think it's just too cute. But it's not like dorky cartoony or too childish. It's just like the right amount to make it adorable. All right. Oh yes, I love the buttons. All right, let's clean this off of the other ink. Oh no! Okay, so we got pour some more back on there. See, look at that, good as new. Be careful not to swoosh it off your other inky. You made me ink. Quote that movie. I love that movie. It's too cute. Okay. Let's dump this. And we will do our little heat gun sesh. I like it too because the heat gun part doesn't really take too long. Especially for the embossing. It's just too cute. Alright, last one for the day, guys. And if you notice at the bottom, I'm holding it away. That way, you know, I don't feel any of the heat from the heat gun. Still be careful, you know, not to blow it towards anything you're going to melt or possibly destroy, depending on heat sensitivity. Ready to go. Isn't that too cute? Now that top button, I'm kind of sad that it melted a little too much, but it's still okay. What? Come here. Come on. She wants to say hi, guys. Say hi. I want to say hi to you, Mom. Not them. I don't know who they are. You crazy. Say hi to the camera. No. Here, gulp. She's not camera shy, I swear. If any of you have seen her Instagram, we all know she is not camera shy. She's just shy. So, all right. Now is when we get out our fabric. So I'm going to use my cheesecloth. You guys can use your cheesecloth or you can use something else. See, I got this piece here. I do want to use up this piece, but I don't think it's as dark as what I'm looking for. There we go. This section right here. Yeah, you guys know. You know. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to glue the ever-living bejesus out of the back of this. Here we are. I come from a very long line of lots of, you know, men type jobs where they're not so, you know, sweet in their vulgarity. So I have to catch myself sometimes, especially on here with you guys, because I know I probably have little ones that watch, or younger ones that watch the channel, and I really do appreciate you coming and joining in on the crafty goodness. And so I really try to stay away from the vulgarity. I try my best. I can't 100% say all the time that I'm going to be Little Miss Saint, but I promise, I try. Oh, now Lexi's crying over on her pretty chair. Mom, you put me down. You're talking to yourself again, like a crazy person. I know, I'm terrible. I talk for the dog. We are almost finished, ladies and gentlemen. And next week we will be back to our wonderful book that we are currently in the process of binding. I have considered leaving it up for a little while for my very devotional YouTubers, but also transferring to Patreon on certain things like that. I have also debated on doing a teachable, but making it very budget friendly and doing it in small sections. I think that would be a wonderful idea. If you guys have any thoughts on that or what you think. I really enjoy teaching you guys and all that stuff, but I know YouTube here lately, not knocking them or anything, but there's been a lot of people moving towards Patreon or other places because of their content guidelines becoming so strict and their AdSense and all that other stuff. And I was so sad because I joined YouTube not only to create and join the crafter community, but because I enjoy it and want to kind of do it to get paid. And I was right at that threshold, and right when I hit the threshold, they changed it. And because I hadn't started everything yet, I was not grandfathered in. So, like a lot of very dissatisfied YouTube creators who put a lot of time and hard work into these videos, if any of you have videoed and done precise editing or any of that, you know that we do it for you guys because it's not easy, and it takes hard work and dedication. So being able to be compensated even a little bit kind of makes it like even more worthwhile. I mean, your guys' comments and your loving, caring demeanor make it worth it to stay on here, and then being able to, you know, make a little bit of money off of it as well. Not a lot, just enough to kind of help out with extra expenses or things like that. Especially when you can be really struggling financially. It does help. I'm not gonna lie. So that is our oh, I put it upside down. Wow, I just did that. That's okay. We will have the buttons at the bottom. Oh, my bad. So this was my little idea of having like the fabric protruding out from the sides. That, and it makes your card a little bit thicker, more sturdy as well. I really like that. It makes it a lot more sturdy, and there's something kind of to grab onto. This one you can put a little niche in the corner, like this one. Hope it doesn't have it. On some of my other ones it does, but you can put a little niche where you can like secure your string, or of course, you know, decoratively you could put a pin in it to hold your lace or whatever. So let's go ahead. We're going to do the same thing with this one that we did with the other one. We'll go down a few, maybe 3-4 notches. I will eye it right in the middle. If you are really paranoid about it, go ahead and use a ruler or whatever it is you got to do to make sure you end up in the middle. There we go. Now we're going to, and this side has a lot of activity on it, so that will be the side that I kind of glue my rivet piece to. And this side, because we have the 3D effect going on, and you can even journal on this, which is really great. Like, you know, maybe grandma had her little tag here and she wanted to write some notes on this piece of lace that she really wanted to use. I feel like if I use gold, it's just gonna bleed into that gold. Maybe the royal blue. We got a lot of, actually I have a lot of colors in this batch. I need to order some more though. And these specific ones, I got them years ago at either Joann's or Michael's. I cannot remember to save my life which. Ooh, I really like that. What's the back? Back is like a silvery. Actually, we'll do the back with a gold. So the only place so far I've been able to find this official style is on Etsy. And I think I found a couple of different shops that carry these specific ones. A lot of other shops carry a lot of other different, like, it was really hard to find the specific style for some reason. Because everything else was a lot more like heavy duty. And I'm not even sure whether or not this specific rivet thingy mabob crocodile would have worked on them. So, alright, just a tad bit of glue. A little bit, nothing crazy. Oh, it's in Inloveartshop. I think that's what it's called. For the stamps. Something art shop. I'm terrible with names. I am so sorry. All right. There we are, guys. So wonderful. I even stumble on the kids' names sometimes. Lexi and Fluffy. Yes, they are my kids. I have fluffy kids. So, all right. Well, I better get going. I actually have places to go, people to see. My mom sent me up with her taxes, so I actually got to go take care of that and get those squared away for her with our tax lady. So I hope you guys love these wonderful tags. They're so pretty, and the embossing was so much fun, and I hope you guys really enjoy these adorable little cling stamps. Again, if you love them, there are links in the description box below where you can go check them out. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next week when we continue on working on this lovely journal. So, I hope to see you then. Definitely check the description box for all of my other social media, because on Facebook and a lot of other places, I feature stuff and specialty things sometimes before they drop other places. So if you guys want to be in the know, really want to stay connected and figure out what's going on, what projects are next, or even suggest projects like on Twitter, on Instagram, or just see the furry little friends, please go ahead and hit up the description box and see if there's anything down there you would like. Especially little Miss Lexi, if you want to find her on Instagram. She's my sweetie pie, and her best friend Mr. Fluff chills in some photos with her. He's a old man, so he was born before Instagram was even thought of. But I've already managed too many social media pages, so I figured he can make guest appearances on Lexi's and just be happy with that. Alrighty, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye! Oh, before I go, let me know how you like this video setup. If you don't like it and you want me to go back to the original setup, please definitely let me know in the comments. That is one thing I do need to know. Alrighty, bye!